All right, guys, welcome to Car Chronicles. So, I was taking a break from working today, right? So, and I came across this story that's happening in real time above me, okay, and everything like that. And so, about this lady here, and this is her property, and she did it as an Airbnb, and it's in DC. And so, the lady came and stayed, and everything like that, and she asked for an extension, which she granted her. This is back in like February of this year. This lady still is not at this woman's house, and we in December. Now tomorrow's December the 11th. So I'm taping this, video the day before. But anyway, so they're supposed to go back December the 11th or December the 12th to get her out of her house. She has not paid her. Allegedly, she has not paid her. And they say in D.C., it's different in Georgia because they've been cracking down. I think Florida and Georgia started cracking down on these squatters slash tenants and stuff like that. But DC, they pretty much could just walk in your property and not have to leave. I mean, they got so many rights above the actual owner of the house, to the point this lady could lose her house. She's saying she's not getting anything from the tenant for about 10. I mean, it's almost been a year. And even if they grant the lady the property, grant the tenant here the property, I mean the owner of the property, the tenant can still, she can still stay there to pretty much like February. You know what I'm saying? To get her out, because then she have to process, once the judge gives her permission, she has to process another set of papers. I mean, they just failing homeowners now. And so it's like a four-part thing that they're talking about, and it's still keeping up with the story, but it's so interesting. And it's like, I see why people don't want to rent their properties out, especially in different states. And this attorney that you'll see when you look at the four parts, he tells you right off the bat, you need to know it legally what you can do. It's only so much you can look at as far as their credit. You can't really base it on their credit. You can't really base it on their, if they got like a third party like HUD or something helping them, you can barely even look at their eviction. And so she got in this Airbnb, allegedly, the lady, the tenant, when you see the story, she got in it 2 days before like the eviction. So, I guess if they would run a credit check, it would show. You know what I'm saying? So if you've had an eviction a while back, like years ago, there's certain things that's sealed that they have in DC. There's some things you can't even see. You know what I'm saying? To make a decision to protect the Fairness Act, to protect the tenant and everything like that. But what about an act to protect the owner? Because the owner's not getting a dime. She's not getting, when this happens to people, they're not getting nothing. And the lady in the picture here, she's like, hey, I could lose my property. Because she got to still, the light bill, she still got to pay. Because I think she turned the water and stuff off, and the judge told her to turn it back on because the lady had a child in there and everything like that. And she's having hard times. But how you sit there and do somebody like that? I mean, how do you do somebody like that? But we don't care. That's the answer to my question, and stuff like that. But I mean, y'all got to check this out. Y'all really have to check this out, because this is just so sad how this is happening to people, and things like that. Now, certain states are jumping on, the bandwagon and say, hey, you can't, I know Georgia is. Now the police can come in and get you out of there immediately. But the process that you get to go through, you have to go through. It almost takes almost like a year to get somebody out of your property, and they're not paying you rent. You still got to pay the mortgage. You still got to pay all that stuff on that property, and you're not getting anything in return. It is so sad. I think you guys should check this story out. It's very interesting. They're not done with it. I think, like, again, that they have another court date, December 11th or December 12th, so they'll see what the resolution is for that. So I'm gonna continue to follow this story. This is Car Chronicles. I hope y'all enjoy it. Until next time, later.